Hello, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing mineral nutrition, and you're watching BWA-Biology with Anna. So, if you enjoy, please do like, share, and subscribe. So, what we're going to be focusing on today are the two main ions which help in the functionality and the growth of the plant, which is nitrate and magnesium ions. These are the two focus ions that we're going to learn about today, and we're going to see what are their importance in like the growth of the plant, right? So let's get into it. Plants need a supply of nitrate, which is NO3 negative, for making amino acids. So the first thing we understand is the nitrate ions, they basically help in making amino acids, which further go down the lane to make proteins, right? So amino acids are important because they're joined together to make proteins, as we learned in the biological molecule topic. These are needed to make enzymes. We also learned that the enzymes are made up of proteins. So all in all, these nitrate ions help to make amino acids, and these amino acids later form proteins, and these proteins could later even form enzymes. And if you remember, ये जो enzymes होते थे, they used to help in speeding up the chemical reaction. So of course, it's a crucial part in the functionality of the plant. And a cytoplasm of the cell. So nitrate ions also help in forming enzymes and also the cytoplasm of the cell. Nitrates are absorbed from the soils by the roots. So we also need to know that the nitrates, where are they being absorbed from? Is it from the leaf or from the stem? No, they're going to be absorbed from the roots. And these nitrate ions, or you could say in general, mineral ions, are present in the soil, and that's where these ions are being absorbed from, right? Now the second ion that the plant needs is called magnesium, Mg2 plus. Plants also need magnesium to make chlorophyll, the photosynthetic pigment in chloroplast. So two things you need to know here. Number one, this magnesium ion helps in making chlorophyll. This magnesium ion helps in making chlorophyll, right? And what did we learn? We learned that chlorophyll is a let me just make it here. It's a green pigment. It's a green pigment present in the leaf, right? Which gives the why do the plants leaves have green color? It's mainly because of this green pigment present in the leaves. And ये जो chlorophyll है ना, this chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast. The chloroplast, right? Like let me just pull up a diagram. Give me a sec. Over here, just like this. As here we have a section of the leaf, and as we can see over here, these are the palisade cells, and these black dotted substances over here, as you can see, these are the chloroplast, in which इनके अंदर होती है chlorophyll. जो green color की chlorophyll होती है ना, green color की chlorophyll pigment, वो इन chloroplast के अंदर होती है. So the magnesium helps in forming these chlorophyll, which are photosynthetic pigments, because these chlorophylls absorb the sunlight. If you remember, the plant gets its magnesium ion minerals from the soil. Just like nitrate ions, plants also absorb their magnesium ions from the soil. So I'll repeat it once again. Number one, the first ion was nitrate ion, NO3 negative, right? Which helps in making amino acids. Those amino acids can later form proteins. Those proteins can form different substances, but one of them could be enzymes, which help in speeding up the reaction. The second one is our magnesium ion. Magnesium ion is present in our chlorophyll, right? And chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast of the cell. What does this chlorophyll do? Number one, it gives green color, because it's a green pigment. It gives a green color. Secondly, it absorbs the sunlight at the time of photosynthesis. This is what absorbs the sunlight, the chlorophyll. So as you can see, these both ion play a crucial role and integral role in the functionality of the plant, right? So अब तो हमने ये पढ़ लिया कि इनकी इम्पोर्टेंस क्या थी. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इफ द प्लांट इज डिफिशिएंट इन दिस आयंस. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? इट मीन्स कि अगर प्लांट को नाइट्रेट आयंस या जो मैग्नीशियम आयन है, अगर वो कम मिल जाए, सफिशिएंट अमाउंट में नहीं मिले, तो फिर प्लांट को कौन कौन से इफेक्ट हो जाते हैं. लेट्स गेट इनटू दैट. अब इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें लिखी हुई हैं, लेकिन आई जस्ट वॉन्ट यू टू फोकस ऑन द मेन थिंग्स. सो नाइट्रेट एंड मैग्नीशियम आयंस आर ऑफन कॉल्ड मिनरल आयंस, बिकॉज these are the top two ions that the plant needs, right? or mineral elements. If the soil does not contain one of the mineral ions, the plant can show deficiency symptoms. So it can show some sort of signs, and it could show some sort of like symptoms, in the sense you could look at the plant and you could tell okay, it might be deficient in the magnesium ion or in the nitrate ion. So what are these symptoms? कौन कौन से ऐसी physical findings होती हैं plant में जो हमें पता चलती हैं? Let's get into that. Okay, one of the reasons why these ions could be one of the reasons why the plant could be deficient in these ions could be if the soil is poor of these ions. Soil में ही ions ना हो सकता है ये कोई problem हो, right? And let me show you. All right. So many slow growing wild plants do not show any deficiency symptoms even on poor soils, right? The wild plants usually जो जैसे deserted areas हो गए उनमें, even if the soil does not contain much of ions, they still don't show these signs, these symptoms. But जो normal plants होते हैं which live in normal environments, however fast growing plants will show clear deficiency symptoms. They will vary depending on the species of the plant. If the plant has shortage of nitrate ions, okay, now let's first get into nitrate ions. अगर कम होगा तो क्या होगा? It shows stunted growth. It shows stunted growth. This is important for us to know, right? So basically if a plant is stunted growth basically means it does not grow as much as it has to. मतलब उसकी जो length हो गई, उसका जो size हो गया, वो उतना grow नहीं कर पाता. It actually gets stunted and it stays very short. It also wilts, right? The plant wilts. I don't think they have shown an image here, but basically let's suppose if a plant had to be like straight, and let's say this is the leaf, right? This is a normal plant. This same plant would have stunted growth, number one, and it would wilt, right? The leaves would like be falling off downwards, and this is what would happen if the plant would be nitrate deficient, right? If there would be stunted growth. All right, the stem becomes weak, the lower leaves become yellow and die, and the upper leaves become pale green. If the plant has shortage of magnesium, now let's talk about if it has shortage of magnesium ions, it will not be able to make chlorophyll, number one. This chlorophyll turns, of course the chlorophyll was giving what color? Green color to the leaves. So if there isn't chlorophyll present because of low magnesium ions, what's going to happen? The green color is going to be absent, and hence the leaves are going to turn yellow. They're going to turn yellow. Okay, so main things that you key points that you should take home is if nitrate ions are low or they're deficient, this causes a stunted growth, right? And if the plant is magnesium ion deficient, then it could cause yellow, or you could say pale leaves, because there isn't any green color which is being given by the chlorophyll pigment. Other than this, all the other things they have told here is a little extra. लेकिन जैसे यहाँ हो गया, plants absorb ions from the soil to get mineral elements. We already know that. For example, if plant needs potassium and nitrogen, it can absorb the ions like potassium nitrate. It can absorb in like a whole compound form, right? It doesn't necessarily have to absorb these ions separately. एक पूरा compound form में potassium nitrate absorb कर सकता है. Later it could break these potassium nitrate into potassium ions, nitrate ions, right? As you can see. So that's how the plant could go about absorbing ions. These are the main things we need to know. Now let me get into a little questions over here. It's not too difficult, but let's just get over it. Okay, test yourself. Figure 6.25 over here, this graph shows increased yield of winter wheat in response for adding more nitrogenous fertilizers. So basically the farmer added more nitrogenous fertilizers in the soil. Of course, as we said, अगर nitrogen कम हो जाता था तो plant की जो growth थी वो stunted हो जाती थी. It didn't used to grow as it should have. Now if we add that nitrogen to the soil, and if the soil is rich in nitrogenous compound, of course the growth is going to be good. The plant is going to grow healthy. So just like that, they're showing here in the x-axis they applied nitrogen, how much nitrogen is being added, and on the y-axis is the yield of the plant. Like, of course, logically speaking, as we just discussed, the more the nitrogen added, the more we are going to yield, right? The wheat products, right? So let's get into questions. Calculate how much extra wheat is produced per hectare if the applied nitrogen is doubled from 50 to 100. So firstly we could We could give me a sec. Let me just. We could look at here. At 50, we have about. Let me just show it over here. At 50, we have, if we were to draw like about, you could say maybe 5.8 ish, right? So at 50 kg per hectare, we had 5.8. And just as I said, if we double this into 100, how much are we gonna have? Let's look at that as well. Somewhat around 7. So we go from a 5.8 to a 7. That's like that, the difference is of 1.2, right? So that's what you're gonna say. The different, how much they said, how much extra wheat are we yielding? We're yielding 1.2 tons per hectare. That's gonna be the answer. It's gonna be 1.2 tons per hectare. So just like that, if they said if we apply nitrogen double from 100 to 200, the same thing you have to do. Then we have to go at 200, and then we have to see that how much are we yielding on 200, right? Same thing. And then next thing from 150 to 200, yeah, that's nothing crazy. Which additional substance does the plant need to make proteins, right? So just as we said that here we are adding nitrogenous as a fertilizer, like nitrate ions were being used to make amino acids, right? And then later these amino acids were being used to make proteins. Just like that, they're asking what additional substance does the plant need to make protein. So basically in here, how you're supposed to answer this question is as simple as, we know proteins are made up of amino acids. However, proteins also contain sulfur compounds, right? Or they could also contain like phosphorus compounds. So there are other substances which could be absorbed from the roots. It could be sulfate ions, right? And it could be as well phosphate ions as well. So these are few things that we have to keep in mind. So that's basically it for mineral nutrition. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope these concepts were clear. These are just some things you need to know. Why nitrate ions are important, magnesium ions important क्यों हैं, अगर इनकी deficiency हो जाती है कौन कौन से symptoms हमें मिलते हैं, right? Over here as we can see, nitrate ions अगर कम हो गए तो stunted growth मिलती है, magnesium ion अगर कम हो गए तो yellow pale leaves हमें मिलते हैं. Alright, that's it for today. Catch you guys next time.